Welcome back to the Purposeful Mindset podcast, John. I am so grateful to have you back on my show. Honestly, I am just so excited to just get straight into this because I know we had you before quite a while ago. And at the beginning of my podcast journey, when I started, I had you on to share your journey, your story, all the kindness tips and all the kindness matters movement that you were doing. And I remember at that time you shared so much of your vision, so much wisdom. And I still remember getting messages from people saying that guy is so inspiring. Like, how did you meet him? And like, how did you become part of his kindness ambassadors? And I was just like, he found me. He found me on Instagram and we connected. And like, I was like, I just loved what he was doing. And like, and I was already like spreading kindness. And so we just clicked. And when two people click, because they're doing something, very similar, it's just the best feeling that you can have. So John, I'm so grateful to have you back on, man. And I'm so excited for you to share your top 5 actionable life lessons with my listeners now, because my podcast has changed and become short and straight to the point to give them all the most value possible. So I want to go straight into it, bro. Please share your amazing wisdom, bro.
We talked about this before with the call, didn't we? We wanted to make it as authentic as possible. So just like for your viewers and your listeners, nothing's planned here. So everything's off the cuff. As I said before, I've just come back in after filming all day the content for the schools, for the National Vision. So I think the first one, which is a big one I always talk about when I'm doing my inspirational keynotes, whether it's in schools or organizations, is I always talk a lot about life is about choices. Now, I mean, everybody knows that life is about choices, but if you think about that, if you really, really go deep down into everything in life that you've either achieved or has not gone your way. So let's just say it was quite uncomfortable, whether it was a personal relationship, whether it was a business goal, an academic goal, whatever it was, it's took me many, many years to realize the power of choice. And I was saying this to somebody yesterday about, it's a bit like, like the genie in the lamp, where you're in the lamp and the genie pops out and says, you've got 3 wishes, what's your first wish? Well, I want to forget the 3 wishes. Imagine that each time you rub that lamp, you've got an infinite amount of wishes. Infinite. Yeah. To infinity and beyond.
Yeah.
Every time you rub that lamp, it's like that genie is that choice. That choice comes out and, we get given an opportunity then in that moment to make a choice. And I think, looking back on my life now and where I'm at, halfway through my life, is once we can understand the fundamental principles of our choices, is some of the stuff we can create in our lives is beyond your wildest dreams. It really is. It really is. I mean, why don't we just have a go now? Why don't you tell me of a choice? So the one choice that you've made lately or over the last 12 months, I mean, we said something before the call, so something like that.
Yeah.
One choice that you think, that's a good choice. I've made a good choice. You tell me one, and then we'll just go through the science, and then I'll prove it to your listeners and your viewers.
Awesome. Yeah. So I think one of the biggest choices I've made recently was when I started my coaching business. Like I went straight into that from, jumping from speaking, trying to start a speaking kind of career and business to going completely into a whole different avenue of coaching and speaking. But it's something that I've never done before. I've done it indirectly, but I've never really done it as a business or made any money from it. And so I just jumped straight into that. And I think that's actually one of the best choices I've made.
Right. So let's pause there. So from a coach to a coach, let's reverse engineer that choice. So before that choice came, would I be right in saying it started with a thought?
100%.
Right, so let's just pause it there. So we'll reverse engineer it now. So you was thinking about what?
I was thinking about a different career path or another way of kind of shifting what I was doing, because when COVID came, I was like, damn, I can't speak anymore because people can't come and hug each other. And I was like, sheesh. And so I just made that choice, made that decision to just jump into coaching. and start basically take each day as it comes, because I didn't even know what I was doing, you know.
So we had the choice, then we had the thought, and then with the thought, if we look at it, you're like a fork in the road, so it could either go this way, or it could go that way.
Yeah.
I've still got to continue to work, but I want to follow my life purpose. So then if we come back from the choice, we have the thought, and then before the thought, would I be right in saying you may have had an awareness
100%.
around thought? So you was consciously aware, you started thinking about, do you know, I really want to get into this coaching stuff, yeah?
Yep.
So this is before you've made the choice.
Yep.
So choice, thought, and then we have the awareness, yeah?
Yep.
So we're bringing it back now, so you became consciously aware of what it is you wanted to have happen in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just pause it there. So every single human being does this process, but
Mm-hmm.
they just call it a choice. But if we could break down the science, which is, I've done this through personal experience, don't get me wrong, I've read literature, but this is looking at my own personal experience, which is choice, you know, thought, awareness. There's something even beyond that, and it's intention.
Definitely.
The intention. And then if we want to even rewind it further back, there's something that's called your higher self. Now, this higher self has many different names, but it's the same energy. So it's God, it's Tao, it's Allah. It has lots of different names, but it's the same energy or the same force. And all I know from personal experience is bringing this back is that this lineage, before we get to choice, comes from this source. And when we tap into this authentically with our heart,
mm-hmm.
and we open ourselves up, it's like a catalyst to the choice. So once we can get that connection, it's like all them layers, they like they streamline to a choice. It's like a download, bang, bang. You know, it's called the flow, isn't it? It's called the energy.
Yeah, I love it.
We just give them these names and these, you know, like these metaphors.
Yeah.
So choice is so important, and it's really funny because I've never showed this to anybody, right? So this is my journal, and I was doodling with my journal this morning. And if you look here, I've been working on this model, this personal model, which I shared with students many years ago. And can you see here? I've got choice,
mm-hmm.
silence,
yeah,
awareness,
yeah,
thoughts, and the thought goes either way.
Yeah.
And then we get down to choice, awareness, thought, and then it goes back to the choice. So I played with this model a couple of years ago, teaching teenagers about how they understand how every action has consequences.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm gaining a deeper understanding on myself, and I'd like to share this with your viewers and your listeners, is when we can get the real deeper essence of the power of choice, then we can create some heavy stuff, really good stuff in our life. Because as we all know, everything comes from our thoughts. We create our reality with our thoughts. But the reality is if something doesn't work out how you want it to have happen in your life, it's back to that genie in that lamp. You've got as many of them wishes, infinite wishes, as you want. That story of the genie in the lamp, think of the word genie, genius.
I love it.
Genius. Yeah, that's where it's coming from, the genie, yeah? So you're sending your thoughts out and you're asking God, Allah, universe, Tao. You're just asking, but you're coming from here. It's not coming from here, it's coming from here. You're saying, look, how may I serve? I just want to be the best I can be. You know, we all do this in prayer and meditation and mantra. You know, once we come from this place, that choice is absolutely magnificent because it's benevolent, because you're coming from a place of love. So for me, the change, or should I say, the difference that made the difference for me was kindness. Once I accepted that I wasn't this person from the past, so the choices that held me back from my past was, I failed my education. I made that choice. As you know from my story, and we talked about it, having a criminal record, I've made bad choices. No, let's just say there is no good and bad per se. There's just choices. you make a choice.
Yeah.
And from choice is causality. So there's going to be a consequence. So for me, it was kindness. And as we all know, every action has a consequence. So, you know, every choice you make, whether you like it or not, it's a universal law, will have a consequence. So what I started to gain a deeper understanding of is, look, we all have stuff in life. We all have these ups and downs, so to speak. But when we choose kindness, it not only benefits, you know, the giver, it benefits the receiver. So it's win-win. So choices.
There's so much passion that you put into the first one that you want to share with everyone, because that's obviously the one that's kind of impacted you and shifted your perspective, your kind of in your journey has helped you the most. So I can feel the passion, and I know obviously from your story as well and your past, like, yeah, the changes you've made and the choices that you made have made you the man you are today. And like, you know, I always tell everyone, like, you gotta go connect with my brother, man. You gotta go connect with my brother. He's like the kindest person you'll ever meet. And like, I don't know how, but everything he says, there's just like, go follow him on Instagram. You see every day him sharing like kindness tips with everyone, or whether he's in school or making videos. There's always something kind to learn from this man. And he's one of the people that I look up to, and I learn about kindness and how I can continue being of service in what I'm doing. And so I love that, man. Number one, choices. Well, so what's your second one then? What do you think is your second?
I think you just said it there. You know, thinking off the top of my head now, is definitely of service.
Okay.
Be of service now. You know, you've got to think, and that is a choice, isn't it?
Definitely.
So we've all got stuff in life, and there's lots of personal experiences that we've been, which might have been uncomfortable experiences. So as you know, my mum died of cancer a couple of years ago. So I put all my stuff on hold, as in like my second book that I was writing. And I was in mid-flow of the kindness movement to nationalise it. And I thought, no, I've just got to write something for the hospice. I took care of my mum as long as I could. But then the last 4 days before she passed, it was really challenging. But the way we was treated and the kindness I received at the hospice was phenomenal. So I had to write that second book, that, you know, taking it to the door. And I donated it to the hospice. But it was back to that choice again. I made that choice and I came from here. And I had that awareness and I set that intention. And because it came from here, it downloaded so quick. Because it's coming from here. I'm not in my head, you know, trying to map it out and mind map it and, you know, follow this policy and this.
Yeah.
It just comes from a place of love. So when we are of service, it's as if this intelligence or this thing, like I said, that has many names, we call them coincidences, we call them synchronicities, we call it serendipity. We're trying to give it labels again, but it's as simple as this. I have a straight saying, and it's straight up, bro. You ready? What you do comes back to you. What you do comes back to you. You go around being an asshole, ain't everybody gonna come around giving you hugs and kisses. You go around and be a decent human being, yeah, and do your best to make others feel happy, and in the process you'll make yourself feel happy too. Then I tell you what, lots of this kindness comes back to you. And I say this all the time, when we go out of our way to be of service to others, whether it's saying, right, today I'm going to set my intention today to smile at every person I lay my eyes on, whether they smile back or not, I'm still going to be the first to smile. Whether they smile back or not, I'm not going to put any meaning if they do not smile back. I'm going to remain impartial. Which means I am not going to judge, because I don't know what's going on in their mind or in their life or what their story is. But I do have a choice, my choice, and I choose to be kind and be of service, because little things like smiling and opening doors, that is being of service.
Yep.
It's being tapped in with your own authentic self, and then it comes back to that thing what I said to you. What you do comes back to you. And this is how I'll prove it. This is the science behind it. And just like this, I've got this little thing here, look. Right through that. What's the thing that pulls it down? Gravity. Yeah? Mm-hmm. Universal law. Simple as that. If I go and climb at the top of my apartment and I jump out now, and hit the ground, the consequences are, I'm a pancake, dude. I'm a pancake. Yeah. Right? So the law that I said, the law of kindness, is what you do comes back to you. And this is how it works. we've all had them experiences where we experience unexpected kindness and we think, oh, that was really kind. This is what I say. When you do random acts of kindness and you are of service to others, whether you like it or not, that kindness will come back to you in many shapes, sizes, and disguises. And here's the thing, when you least of all expect it. And that's whether you like it or not. Whether you like it. So you don't have to go out your way. Just be kind. If you see an opportunity to do a random act of kindness, do it. And I'll guarantee you, bro, little things like you'll pull up at a car park and someone will say, oh, no, don't put a ticket on. I've got a ticket for you. And you think, hold on a minute, I just helped someone this morning. And it happens that quick. Yeah. Or it's like a domino effect. Or you go to help a little old lady up, and then before you know it, your mum comes home and says, oh, do you know, today I met a really kind man at the market. I dropped something, he picks up, and you think, hold on a minute. This is no coincidence. It's no serendipity. It's no synchronicity. It's a universal law, and it responds. It communicates with each other, and it's bigger than us. So be of service. Be of service.
And you are doing just that, bro. Like, as I said, every single day when I see your Instagram stories, your videos, just your work ethic and how much you're working hard behind the scenes to basically make kindness global. So everybody in the world, the one thing they wake up in the morning is with gratitude and kindness. Like, what are they grateful for today? And then what can I do that's going to be of service and kind towards another person? Because as you said so beautifully, what you do comes back to you.
What you do comes back to you. So leading on for that, I would say maybe the third thing that I would encourage your viewers and your listeners to be very, very mindful of, and it's a huge responsibility. It's a massive responsibility for every single human being. Is I have a saying, as you know, I design my own quotes, and they come through meditation and prayer, and in that stillness. And I have one which is, your words have tremendous power. Use them to heal people, not harm them. Yeah? Use your words to heal people, not harm them. The power of our words are phenomenal. Are absolutely phenomenal. And it's a huge responsibility what comes out of our cake hole. It's a huge responsibility, because we can use these words to build people up or break them down. Now, we both know, as coaches, and only wanting the best for others in their lives, which in turn helps good in our lives, is that I would rather give people a piece of my heart than a piece of my mind. Hey, don't get me wrong, I've had my moments. In the car, growing up as a youth, and some guy's giving it the big stuff. Called steroid. He's got a sister called Emma Royd. Royd, and he's like, and then I'm in the car and I just go, I'm sorry. When I was younger, I used to go, and it was fire with fire. But as you get older and wiser, and they drive alongside, and they're like, and you go,
you just smile.
He's like the water. The water goes on the fire, and he just drizzles it out. He's just killing with kindness, because that's back to those words, isn't it? Watch the word. Oh, I'm sorry. Inside, you're like, I'm sorry. You can't argue with that, can you? No. And that's not. Don't let your ego get in the way. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so your words have power.
Definitely.
Use them words to build people up, not to break them down. And don't harm people. Heal them or help them. We have the most beautiful gift of language. I mean, come on, man. You and I are always like bigging each other up and praising each other. And it's like, we've got to get out there in public, man, and praise people in public. If we see a mother, doing really well and parenting with a child, we need to say to that lady, do you know what? You're a really good parent, man. That's fantastic to see you tell that. You're in the market and you see that little old, I do it with the little old dears where I live, I always say to them, oh, doesn't your hair look nice? And they, oh, stop it. And they're like 80, 90 years old. But it makes you feel good. And it's like, How beautiful is that? You know, to just
Amazing. Yeah.
use those words, you know, to make people feel good, man. Use
Yeah.
them to feel good. Don't waste your time and your energy on that negative stuff. Because what did we just say in point number 2? What you do
Comes back to you.
comes back to you. So you put that negative stuff out,
Comes straight back.
and well, it's coming right back at you, and it'll come whether you like it or not.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's simple as that.
Love it. No, it's so powerful, man. I just sitting here listening to you, just like really resonate with everything you're saying. Because like I always tell people, whether on social media or offline, if you want to really like build a relationship or trust or just be a good, kind human being, start with a compliment. Whenever you can, and you have the opportunity, say something, and not just like, no, don't fake it. Don't just say to someone, "Oh, your shoes look nice. Can I have this?" No, you actually genuinely mean it. It's the same way you go up to these old people and you tell them like, "Oh, your hair looks nice," or "That's a really nice hat." I would genuinely compliment people, not because I want something from them, but genuinely because this person actually somehow impacted me, or they genuinely are doing something good. For example, just quickly, just to add in here, yesterday I was on TikTok and this new girl connected with me, and like she's doing amazing things. You know what she does? Actually, John, you're gonna love this. So she goes around. She goes around London, and you know, like the love heart on your t-shirt right now. She has these love hearts all over London with inspirational quotes, and she literally plasters them on like anything, boxes, walls, where like dustbins, wherever she can. She basically plasters London with kindness. What do you think I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna be like want anything from her. I'm gonna be like, what you're doing is amazing. I was like, Marianne, and I literally, she followed me. I followed her back. I showed some love to her post, and I messaged her straight away saying, Marianne, I love what you're doing. It's so amazing. Like, it's such a unique concept. No one's doing what you're doing. And I just know that you are someone that's a true servant leader, because you're literally changing the world, one kindness quote at a time. And I loved it. And that's just an example of just a compliment to someone that's doing something amazing in the world.
And that, it's that thing, isn't it? There's no such thing as a small act of kindness.
No.
Each act creates a ripple with no logical end. In other words, it just keeps going. Doesn't stop. Doesn't stop. The other thing that came to mind, so point number 4 would be something like, so we talked about our words of power, the impact they have on other people and the causality, so the consequence. And like we said, what you do comes back to you. I think another thing which we tend to forget, which was my second book, which I've got the scaffold ready, is something I share in one of my super learning days called Be Kind to Your Mind. So I teach the pupils how to use positive affirmations for themselves that work for them. Because I've got a very strong sensory acuity. So if I hear someone in the language, like the words that they use, it's like one of the words I'm quite mindful of, even though I do know I did say it in this interview, is the word should. I do my best not to use the word should because it implies you've done something wrong. I like to use the word could because it gives us options.
Yeah.
So the word should is quite sneaky because it sneaks into your self-talk. So that little monkey mind, so that ego edging goodness out. Yeah, the ego. I love it. Say like, you should have done this. You should have done that. Why didn't you should have done that? And it says it silently, but that has an impact on the way we feel. So back to your words have power. Being kind to your mind, one of the best ways to be kind to your mind is with affirmations. So waking with gratitude, starting with gratitude in the morning and throughout your day. Because what I've learned about practicing gratitude, being kind to your mind, so feeding your mind, so you're actually speaking to yourself, you're having that relationship with yourself. So many years ago, I studied a lot of the great work by the late, great, amazing lady who I love and miss so much, Louise Hay. She was the queen of affirmations. And one of Louise's therapeutic practices, which I love and I use it when I'm coaching one-to-one individuals, is mirror work. So getting them to stand in front of the mirror, look at themselves, and it's really uncomfortable the first time you do it. Your eyes are like, and you have to tell yourself, you have to say, Sadiq, I love you, man. And you go, I love you, and your eyes go, you can't look at yourself. Well, Sadiq,
I remember the first time I did that,
You're a really good guy, and you're like, I can't look at myself. It's like your inner child doesn't know how to accept it. Because we're good at giving compliments to others, but how often do we give them to ourselves? How often do we stand in front of the mirror and spend a minute in front of that mirror, telling ourselves, saying, do you know something? You are doing your best, and I'm so proud of you, and you are enough. You are enough, and you don't need to be anything, just yourself. You just keep doing the best you can do each day. And saying that in the mirror and saying it like you mean it. You know what I mean? And then programming that from the mirror when you go through your day, you know, whether you're in your rear car view mirror or you've got that bit of silence and you're walking or you're doing your exercise, actually just saying to yourself, I am enough. I am enough. You know, I am a kind human being. I am doing my best until I always find a better way of doing things. I'm always doing my best until I find a better way of doing things. And just finding affirmations that work for us. Because, you know, at the end of the day, we only get one of ourselves, don't we?
Yeah.
And we've got to take care of ourselves, and it's really important for our well-being. So be kind to your mind. It's really important.
I love that. Number 4, be kind to your mind. So powerful. And I still remember the first time I went to the mirror, because I also learned the mirror work. And I went to the mirror and I had to say to myself, you know, that I am confident. I am not shy. I am confident. I am strong. I'm a leader. You know, I'm changing lives. I'm a kind human being. I'm being of service. And just looking at myself in the mirror, exactly what you said, my eyes were like going everywhere because I couldn't just look at myself and say it. It's like, oh my God, Sadiq, like you're the one who says it to everyone else and compliments everyone, but you can't say it to yourself. And so, but now obviously like in the past couple of years on this personal growth journey and, you know, speaking and becoming more confident and learning from wiser people like yourself, it's just like every few days I'll be in the mirror. I even made videos on TikTok, just literally in the mirror, talk to yourself in the mirror about self-love. And I always talk about self-love. And I think the biggest challenge actually is men. Like men find it super hard to go to the mirror and actually tell themselves that I love you, bro. That you're amazing. Like you're strong. You're powerful. You don't like you're allowed to be vulnerable. You're allowed to be open. You're allowed to be authentic. You're not. You're allowed to feel weak at times. You know. You can cry. Who said you can't cry?
Really funny you said that, because do you remember Vipul from Know Your Legacy?
Yeah.
Yeah. He asked me to do an interview with a lady in Toronto. I don't know the lady's name, but Asian lady, and her brother sadly committed suicide. And what did you and I did? We did that 25 push-up challenge, didn't we? And it was a lot because we're very busy people, but we still did it to raise awareness for mental health and how many young men take their lives. 16 men today have took their own lives every day. Take their own life. That's frightening. And as we both know, as coaches and as speakers, we want to do everything that we can in our power to prevent that. And one of the best ways is to say, look, open up, talk about this stuff. We all have stuff, you know, but let's talk about this. You know, we only get one life, and it's not just that, it's the impact it can have on your family. But it's sad, isn't it? And sadly, with a lot of men, you know, are we being conditioned, you know, stiff upper lip, my man, pull yourself together. Nah, man, you know, open yourself up, man, and show your sensitive side, show your vulnerability, you know what I mean? And that's you being kind to yourself, taking care of yourself, you know. So as you know, I'm speaking about that on Sunday on an interview in Toronto. Awesome. And I'm really looking forward, as a global guest, which is going to be really good. And I'll be open to the possibilities to see how that plays out, really.
Awesome, man. Yeah, keep me posted on that. Keep me posted. I'm looking forward to
Number five.
Let's go straight in. Number 5, last one.
Number 5, because like I'm only giving you things off the top of my head, which is what we wanted for your viewers and your listeners. Was I think I'd like to leave with a parting gift, because as we all know, there's no better experience than life experience. So you can read out you want out of the book. You can watch as many YouTube videos, you know, as many CDs, podcasts as you. But experiential learning is where we learn. So we have the experience and we feel it. And that's why I created the Kindness Matters 30-day challenge. I just wanted to say to kids, okay, you don't need to believe the science. You don't need to believe me. All I'm asking for is 30 days of your time, a couple of minutes a day, just to listen to what I've got to say, and then just take action. So like the night tick, just do it. Whatever I say on the video, it's 2 minutes. You're in class, it's getting you out of form time a little bit. Just listen to it and go and do it. And then if it doesn't work, you don't need to do it again. Guess what? 100% results. So what I would say is what I encourage everybody to do, or anybody listening to this. And it's so easy just to weave into your day, like brushing your teeth, washing your hair, putting a bit of deodorant on, having a shave, whatever. Part of the lifestyle is just to set a good intention. And here's the thing, you and I are good friends, we support each other in life, on social, so on and so forth. Most people see me on Instagram and on Twitter and they think, bloody hell, he's really busy, he's really proactive. You would not believe how much kindness I do not share. I keep it to myself. I keep it with my relationship with my higher power.
Yep.
So I think it's in the Bible. I think it says somewhere in the Bible, and it says it in a lot of great books, the left hand doesn't let the right hand know what it's doing.
Yeah.
Now, what that means is I don't need to go and tell many people about a lot of the kindness I do during the day. I just give them enough just for them to think, yeah? But there's a lot of things I do throughout my day that I don't share on social. I just keep that for myself, my own well-being, which helps me think, I'm a decent human being, man. That's not my ego. I just think, yeah, I didn't have to do that. Yeah. But do you remember, let's back it up what we said at the beginning of the interview? I made the choice.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I made the choice. Because life's all about choices, isn't it?
Yes.
Life is all about choices, yeah? And you can choose to take this path or this path in life. So setting a good intention every day. So you might say to yourself, brushing your teeth, you might say, like I said before, do you know today, I'm going to go about my day today. And it's really important you said these words first. It's my intention to, and then you finish the sentence. Because you're setting an intention. Do you remember what we talked about, the genie?
Yep.
Because it's a choice, isn't it? It's a choice, it's a thought, it's an awareness. So you say, it's my intention to open up as many doors today as possible where the opportunity is. And if granted, I might even sneak in a smile.
Yeah.
And you say that to yourself, that's your relationship with yourself. And as you go through your day, just watch the magic unfold. And I guarantee you this, nothing bad will come from it.
Nope.
Nothing bad will come from it. Only good.
Only good.
And then it, like we said, what you do comes back to you. Whether you like it or not, there'll be a lot of people opening doors for you. Trust me. And that's just one example. Set a good intention every single morning. So do your gratitude. And then before you go out that door, you just say, my intention today is this. Where I'm currently at, I just trust the process and I just say, let me be of service. Let me be of service. And I know when these coincidences, these synchronicities fold in my, whether I'm got to be at a meeting for 1 o'clock and do an interview, and I don't like being late for anything, watch, and I'm 10 minutes away and I'm on the clock and I see a car break down, that's been presented. Because I asked in that morning meditation, show me how to be of service today.
Yeah.
I've not put any meaning to it. I've not said open doors or anything, because I do that quite randomly. When I say just let me be of service, I know 100% throughout that day, that energy says, okay, John, you asked for it.
There you go.
And it presents it. And then I just take it. And then when I do the random act of kindness, I always say this. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to be of service. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I always say thank you 3 times. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And it responds. It just responds. So just set a good intention.
Powerful, bro. I love that. Honestly, I just sitting here listening, and it reminded me of our first chat actually when you taught me the same thing, and I've been using it. Say thank you. Always say thank you 3 times. Thank you, thank you, thank you for everything in life. Every time you do something good, or you're grateful for something, or something amazing happens, always thank yourself. Thank the higher power, God, whatever people believe in. Just say thank you 3 times, and just say I'm grateful, I'm grateful, I'm grateful. And just
sorry if I come across you there. Another thing to say to your listeners and your viewers. Thank the people who say unkind things. Just thank them.
Yeah.
That's killing them with kindness. Even thank them. So if someone says, oh, I didn't appreciate that what you're saying, just say, you know, I'm really thankful that you brought that to my awareness. Thank you. Thank you. Don't, because you're kicking the ego out then, man.
Yeah, 100%.
One of the things I've learned is this, is you cannot be unhappy and grateful at the same time. Think about that. You cannot be unhappy and grateful at the same time. So as long as you're grateful, if you're feeling a bit unhappy about something, just go through your head. I'm so grateful for my family. I'm so grateful I've got clothes. I'm so grateful I've got an apartment. I'm so grateful I've got fresh running water. I'm grateful for my bed. I'm grateful for the food in the cupboards. We can go on and on and on. There's so much to be grateful, because gratitude makes what we have enough. Gratitude makes what we have enough. So always be grateful, and thank you. And I'm so grateful for you, Sadiq, and everything that you're doing for your community. And I'm truly blessed to share this journey with amazing, kind human beings like you who get it. They're coming from here. They're coming from a place of love, and they just, like myself and many other kindness ambassadors, just want to make this world a better kind of place. So I'm really grateful, man, for you reaching out to support you. I'm really grateful, man. I really am grateful, and to the whole of your community, what I would say is, as an act of kindness for anybody that listens to this, to share Sadiq's message and everybody following on social, because this guy is going a long way. Let me tell you, he's going a long way, and there's big things to come, even bigger things. I see it.
Really appreciate that, John. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all your kindness, for all your compliments, for all your support on my journey since we've connected. Honestly, I'm super grateful for you and what you're doing for your community, just for what you're doing in our world. Your energy is out there and everybody can feel it. They get so much out of you, they get so much value from you, they learn so much, they actually take action on what you share because it's so simple. And I want to finish off with just this one question to pick your brain with, and it's literally I just want one sentence that comes out from your mind, the first thing. And this is how it goes. Okay, so I want you to visualize. You can close your eyes if you want, and just visualize yourself on like a stage in the UK somewhere, or globally in the world somewhere, a massive stage with about 90,000 people on that stage, in that arena, and you're there on stage standing with this, like you can hear the breath of 90,000 people in the arena, and someone asked you this one question: hey John, what is the one action step you would take today that's going to make you and everyone around you a better person?
It would be to continue to wake up daily and to set my intention to be of service.
I love it. Amazing. Say one more time, please, for everyone's watching and listening.
It will be to continue to wake up daily, to be able to set my intention to be of service. Because the thing is, there's no guarantees we're going to wake up tomorrow, is there? Everybody thinks we're going to get tomorrow or next week or the week after. The reality is we only ever get one day at a time. That's the illusion. People are going to go to sleep tonight, not going to wake up, dude. That's a fact. 100%. As we've told, there's going to be lots of people taking the last breath, and I don't mean to be negative. That's a fact. So we have got to be grateful, bro, that when we wake up tomorrow, we've got to start that day with good intentions, yeah?
Love
to
it.
be of service, and just to be grateful that we get that opportunity to get out of that bed. Because when you and I get out of that bed tomorrow morning and those feet go flat on the floor and we look at them feet, we think, shit, I've got feet. I can do some serious walking today, man. I'm running the park. Some people don't have that.
No.
Get those feet on that floor and we think, I've got another day today to live. Yeah? But how many people will be taking the last breath tomorrow morning when we put our feet on the floor? And that is a fact. And we've got to start to, getting that deeper. And that's what I'm saying is like waking up each day, and especially when we have those challenging days, and saying, no, man, come on. I'm blessed, man. I just want to set some good intentions today, and I want to be of service. How can I best serve? And that's where it's at, bro. And that's why kindness matters.
I love it. That's it. Beautiful ending. I love it. Even the way you ended it, I don't want to add to it. Beautiful, John. Honestly, thank you once again for being with me on the show and for sharing your wisdom, your experience, your life journey, and everything that you're doing. Go for it.
Just one thing I'd like to, my Twitter account is going bonkers at the moment. So as you all know, on Instagram, I am the kindness coach. But this September, a massive big launch, national launch in the UK, and inquiries already for the US to go and speak over there. But I refuse to go until I've put the whole of my Kindness Matters 30-day program into all the schools in the UK. So it starts this September, after all the stuff. So I'd encourage anybody, if they're on Twitter, to follow Kindness Coach. They'll find it. Just put John Magee, they'll find it.
I'm going to put all your links underneath, John. I'm going to put everything for everyone under the YouTube channel, under the podcast. Like, everybody's going to get your links to go and follow you and check out all your stuff.
Yeah, because that's going to be massive. September, massive push, giving these sort of resources to kids now. Because what's really good is schools are sort of like becoming very open-minded now to like other therapeutic practices. You know, so the stuff that we do is starting to teach this stuff. So what a better platform than to be able to put it on the YouTube, and then in classrooms, kids can watch you and I saying, right, so let me talk to you a little bit about language and how you speak to yourself. And have you ever thought about what an affirmation is? Did you realize that if you're saying negative things to yourself, that's an affirmation? So how do we change that? And then kids are watching it on YouTube in class.
So cool.
So schools are more open-minded to that. So this September, I've made a massive commitment to be of service to kids, because there's a massive problem with mental health, and especially what's just gone on with COVID-19. Kids have had 6 months off school. You know, and that, we need to seriously support them, you know, mentally, emotionally, and yeah, it's really important. So yeah, watch this space come YouTube this year with the Kindness Coach TV. It's going to be big. Love it,
John. I'm going to share everything with everybody, so they're gonna know about you. You're going to see so many new people go your way, and seriously, like I'm loving what you're doing. And if I can ever be of service and help you, obviously collaborate. And I'm in it. I didn't even know. Okay.
You're saying it, bro. You know,
literally, you put me on the spot straight away. Like you're there. You're going on it, man.
You're there, bro.
I'm so grateful, bro. I'm so grateful. Yeah, 100%. Whatever I can do to be of service for you, you know where I am. Literally, we're always messaging each other, having banter and stuff. So just reach out anytime, bro. You know, I'm there to be of service, and I want to put my good intentions and energy into the world as well. Go for it. Then.
Let's just chuck this on before it finishes, and we will chuck it on our Instagram. We'll give you a shout out now.
Let's go.
And then you can say one kindness tip. You think of a kindness tip.
Let me think of a kindness tip. Wait, give me a minute.
You've got literally 10 seconds. So I'm just
10 seconds. Oh crap! Kindness tip. Okay.
And all of this community. So I'm going to ask Coach now, just getting off the Zoom call. If you're not following Coach Sadiq, please follow him. He's one of my good friends. He's doing a lot of good in the world, and his kindness is incredible. So, Coach Sadiq, give me a kindness tip for my kindness community.
So your kindness tip today is to go through your phone book and find 5 people in there that you can send a nice message to, a good compliment, a kind message, a positive emoji, or send them a positive quote. 5 people in your phone book, send them a positive quote, a positive message, or a positive emoji.
Now that's what you call a kindness tip. Got you, bro.
Amazing. I love it. This is all live. We're going to keep it in the podcast as well.
So I'm like, yeah, time.
10 seconds. Let's go.
Audience will be recorded.
Amazing.
Well, brother.
Cool, bro.
So really, yeah, happy to be of service, and really grateful for all the great work that you're doing in the world.
Likewise.
Like I said, just thank you for what you're doing, and everybody listening to this to support you and help you grow and get your message as far and wide as possible. And you know, you've got my full support all the way with that.
Bro. I'm super grateful for you too, man. Thank you so much for all the love, bro. I'm going to press the end button now, but I'm so grateful for all the love and kindness, and make sure everybody, you guys go and connect with the Kindness Coach, with John, my good friend, and make sure you go and support him on his channels, and you just make sure, if anything, you do follow him on Twitter at least, and his YouTube channel that's coming with all the new programs and the tips he's going to have, because I've seen the behind the scenes of him recording these videos and how much effort he's putting in, and seriously guys, he's going to change your life. So make sure you guys follow him. Dude, I'm so grateful, and thank you for being of service, and thank you for your kindness.
Thank you for your kindness, Sadiq.